want to learn about fencing. Hey, fellow fencers. This episode, we're just going to be doing an overview on marking the posts to cut with a string line and cutting them. These are all 6x6s, and this is an 8-foot board-on-board build. And it's the same deal when you're stringing the line for the posts to set them. When you're stringing the line for the posts to cut them, we typically do 92.5 inches off the ground. That's where we set our line. And then anywhere where there's a drastic change in elevation, we set our line as well. And then we come back and, we've got our guy behind me that squares off the line. So that's what we'll cut with the chainsaw later. And then you also want to look down. Anytime you have a straight line, you want to get up there and look down it and see where the sag is, because sometimes over 50 feet or 60 feet it's hard to get that line tight enough to where it's perfectly straight. This one had a 1/2 inch drop in the middle, which we raised it up and got it back to that 92.5 inches. And then we go ahead and mark them all, and then literally as soon as we're done marking them, we turn right back around and we cut them down. And then we'll be ready to run the 2x4s and start framing our 8-foot board-on-board fence. And now that we've got all our lines strung, we go ahead and we start taking the string down and take out the nails that hold it. And I'll show you a little tip and trick for this, so that your fences always look good and solid here in a second. But you always want to, when you're cutting your post, no matter what height they are, if they're wood posts, you want to cut them at an angle, not flat, so that they'll shed water and they won't rot. And we honestly just go one by one, cut all these posts, make our way all the way around town. Another thing, if you caught our other guy, he took the nail that was in the middle where there was a change in elevation or a change in angle for the string line for the post height, and you set it next to that post. You put it back in at ground level, so then when you're running the string line again for your pickets, you remember to put one there, because there is a change in elevation there. But pretty much it's a lot of rinse and repeat. The formula for 8-foot is really just 92.5 inches. Run your string line and it'll look good. Beautiful. And then we just go all the way around to the back and we cut all these again. And that's pretty much how you run these. The main thing is, whenever you're taking your string line down, to get all the nails out, or else when you're cutting those posts, you're going to cut a nail and ruin your cutting utensil. So lastly, we're just here cutting all these posts, getting ready to run the 2x4 runners so we can frame this bad boy in. That'll be our next episode, and we'll show you guys how to do that and all the tips we do to build a strong quality fence.